Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. So I took a break from doing the better difficulty coding. Read some of the comments, and naturally, you guys are all awesome, and it's always good to have a bunch of eyes on a project because people pick up stuff that I missed. And it's silly, I can't believe, I'm surprised I missed it, but yeah, there's a modifier in there called General Opinion, which does affect everyone on the map. I was using the same religion opinion, and but this works fine. I've actually already tested it, it works perfect. And then instead of using the agnatic equals yes, we can use inherit chance equals 100, making it so that it's basically like a 100% congenitally inherited trait. And then in order to balance off the cost that gets applied for this general opinion underscore thing, you can just type in cost equals -30, which just is a flat reduction of the cost. So right now, each point of general opinion is 2 on the ruler designer. -30 makes this one cost 10, this one cost 5, this one costs -5, this one costs -10. I don't know, it just seems to me like if you're going to play on a very hard difficulty setting, you should get at least a couple extra bonus points to kind of build a decent character. I could just remove the cost altogether by making it -40, -20, +20, +40, but I don't know, it makes sense to me. Maybe it doesn't make sense on the low end, right? Like, you lose age to play on very easy, but on the high end it definitely makes sense, and that's something to consider. So this works. So I want to go back to my notes, which were so we've gotten, okay, I was working on something else there. Matrilineal inheritance has been taken care of, different religion has been taken care of. Now we need to consider, okay, so right now it's ruler designer only, and how to use it as a trait, or as an event. But here's the thing, is that one of the side effects to using that inherit chance 100 now is that bastards inherit it, characters who are matrilineally married would inherit it, which makes sense, but also regular paternal marriages, those kids are inheriting it too. And it should only work when they're matrilineally married. Now, I don't know of any traits in the game that make it so that that it's dependent upon the type of marriage. So that's pretty tricky. Yeah, I could imagine you marrying off your daughter to the Carling family, and then they have a regular marriage, regular kids, and then all of a sudden all their kids get the trait too, which wouldn't really make sense. So maybe I could use, maybe there's a way to make it so that you have to be of a certain dynasty to have the trait, because that's really what I want to restrict it to. Just one dynasty, right? Let's check something. I want to look into a save file. Let's just pull up like one of these save files for example. The game saves data on your realm name. Yep, that's fine. Player ID is this. Let's just find player equals yes. So here's my character in that save, and it's going to have my dynasty listed as part of my save, and maybe it's possible that I can make an event that purges the trait from everyone that's not in the dynasty. Because bottom line is we're going to have to create an event anyway, right? Because I don't think that people aren't going to want to just use the ruler designer. That was just a shortcut for us to test the mod to see if it would work. But that's not ultimately how it's going to work. We've got to use an event similar to some of the events that pop up when you first start a game and some other mods that allows you to select difficulty. And if we have to make an event for that, then it wouldn't be that much more of a stretch to make an event that could take care of it for the rest of the game also. So, I seem to recall something about immortal flags and immortal character traits being added recently. Maybe we could use something similar to that. Well, let's start by creating an event that assigns the trait. So how are we going to do that? Off the top of my head, I believe there is something similar to that in the Game of Thrones mod. So let's just go into the Game of Thrones mod and see if we can poke around a bit and find it. It's going to be in the common events file. Or is there an events folder? There's not. Oh, there it is right there. I'm sorry. So this is going to have a lot of the same events that the regular game does, plus a little bit of stuff added in. Usually what mod makers do is they've got... oh, look at that. Cool. It's actually got the creation date. So I can just do that. Sort by creation date. And let's find the files that were added the most recently. So birth events, Tower of Joy. These will be the events that the guy made. I don't know. It might help me find the one. You know what? Actually, it'd be easier to do this. Control-Shift-F. We'll find season. Since I know that the Game of Thrones has like a pop-up that says, "Would you like to play with seasons?" At least I remember seeing it before. Not has global flag equal play without seasons. Play with seasons. See a global flag. Season events. Apparently this is all disabled. That's what those little pound marks mean. Triggered by console to set normal summer. So there's an event that he used. Why would the seasons be disabled? Now I know I've seen it before. But that doesn't look like what I'm looking for. So how about instead we go to... Did I get rid of that other one? I can't remember which one I'm trying to think of now. It was, like Viet. Viet did something. Come on, internet. See what I have to put up with. Yes, this is my normal internet speed. I'm uploading, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the internet should be slow at downloading. I feel like I get capped all the time. It's annoying. Need better internets. And also as a side note, I've had some people comment recently about harsh S's on the microphone, and I understand it completely. I just haven't had a chance to fix it. I know exactly what I need to do, but there's just lots to do with this move. I am kind of distracted right now. God, the internet's really crap right now. Can't even load the darn pictures. Alright, what mod do we want that's going to have a pop-up? Elder Kings, I think, has a pop-up, but that's a big file. Let's go with, I think Project Balance has a pop-up in the beginning that says, "Welcome to Project Balance." It's basically what I want. Oh, come on. Try harder. And I also know that Project Balance is very small. It's like a couple megabytes. See? Sweet deal. Oh, come on. You failed to download it. Jesus. They gave up after like 0.3 megabytes. Oh, come on. Just give me the file. It's so small. Oh, and somebody mentioned in the comments last night that Winamp does have shortcut keys, and I love it. They are ZXCVB. How cool is that? It's perfect. So Z goes previous song, B goes next song, X is the start button, C stops, and then V, wait a minute, C pauses, V stops. So it's like perfect for me. Oh, and I also found out that you can use the 8 and a 2 on the number pad to increase or decrease music volume by a couple percent. That's really cool. Fits my deal. No, you just need to give me the darn file. Come on. God. Oh God, how bad is this? Like, hopefully you can feel, just feel my pain, forcing you to endure it. Download the whole thing, come on. Go ahead. It takes 1 minute to download 2 megabytes. That's so pathetic. Alright, I think I can. Now, about this, maybe adding our own custom icon. I was looking into that also, and I don't think it'd really be that hard, really. All we need to do is create a new TGA file, and then reference it in the thinger. In the little duder. Where's it at? In the interface. So, right here, all we'd have to do is just reference a different file. Right there. Instead of program.tga, we just create a new little file, little icon. If anyone has any suggestions about maybe what kind of a picture could be used, all I would need is just a picture, any picture, and I could scale it down into the right size to make it into an icon. I'm not very graphically creative, so I would not know what to use. It's too much work for me. Come on, did you download it? Alright, come on, you pieces. Is there an alternate site, maybe? This is really uncharacteristic, by the way. I'm sure no one really wants to watch me download files, so maybe we could try to figure out how to do this a different way. Well, let's just, Also, based on my experience, I've never done any event coding, so I have an understanding how they work. I can read them, but, okay, so let's do this. Here's the actual CK2, not the actual directory. I want to go to the actual CK2 directory. Let's get that open first. What am I doing? Alright, so that's where I want to be. Okay, I don't need the save file anymore. And I do need to change back my settings for CK2 because I was playing last night. So I'm going to go 1280, 720. No. Alright. And then just as an example, let me just illustrate. I want to show everyone how it's working so far with those minor changes that we've made already. Come on, alternate website. Version in development? Sure, let's take the beta. Just give me something, man. Give me something I can download. We're going to a different website, github.com. Okay, single player. Ruler designer. So yeah, so now when you pick it, with that cost modifier, it's just 10, 5, negative 5, 10. You pick it, the others are excluded, and then that's that. You can start. And that general opinion thing was perfect. So we've got, oh, yeah. So general opinion minus 20 on Catholics, general opinion minus 20 on these dudes. This would make the game very, very hard, just so you guys know. And, I mean, they already don't like us. Negative 46, though, is really low. Like, you won't be able to plot against anyone in those courts. Unless they absolutely 100% hate their liege. And then just to verify the pollination thing, let's do that also. So go char info 1. will get married. It's kind of annoying that it's off screen. Pollinate 73772 by 505886. And then if we just let it run, she'll get pregnant. It's funny because this trait's actually going to make it so that my own kid won't like me, and I won't like my own kid. Whatever. And see, perfect. It's a daughter, so you can see that it is femalely. It's inherited by females. That inherit chance 100% is good. Maybe it would be easier, actually, to just have an event that pulses once a year that removes the trait if they're not of the player's dynasty. And then we could just let it go get bred all over the place. And it wouldn't really be an issue. Alright, I want this file, please. This is the website that Meneth uses for his... he's very, very organized with this kind of stuff. I don't even understand what this dumb website's all about. Kind of annoys me. But it's a coding person's thing. Just give me the whole file. How do I get it? I want to download it. Just let me download, please. Where's the download button? Pull request. What does that mean? Aha. See, I like that. I got the shortcut keys. Sweet. Alright, I know there's a way to do it because I've done it before. Save link as? No. Clone, download zip. That's what I want. Please. Sends the request. Come on now. Don't care about that anymore. Don't care about that anymore. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, give me the file, give me the file. I want it so badly. Okay, so a trait, an event that pulses that gets rid of traits. I could do a lookup to find. Well, having an event pulse on every single character on the map every couple of years would be really, that'd still be a lot. Let's think about it this way. Is it easier to... If the vast minority of characters are going to have this trait, would it be easier to have an event that checks all characters, or to make a more complicated event that just checks the characters that have it? I think it'd be more work to make it work the way I want, but it'd also be less strain on the computer. So we should try to figure out how to work that. Did you get it? Did you get downloaded? Not yet. So, oh, shoot, I feel kind of lost. I'm waiting for this file so I can figure out where to start, because I'm not familiar with events. Let's just try, let's just see if we can figure it out. I could also make it into a decision. You click the decision to enable it, instead of having a pop-up. I still think the key to this is going to be using the Saeed trait, because the Saeed is a Dynasty-specific trait. Not Dynasty-specific, but it's like, it's really restricted compared to most events. Come on, get the whole darn file, please. How large is it? Is it frozen? Does it just not know? What happens if I click it? Open it. I want better internet so badly. Oh, jeez. Well, at the very least, it is working much better than before. Let's say it's coming along. Tell me what you think. Should we get rid of this whole cost thing altogether? Just make it a free event, free thing? Or should there be a cost if you use it in the ruler designer? Probably not. You know, I don't think that... Yeah, let's just get rid of it. I don't think that you need to have that. Because if it's done by event, then there shouldn't be a cost in the ruler designer. So let's just make sure that that worked while we wait for that dumb thing to download. And even with the ruler designer, it's still not going to really work because if you start the... Yeah, that worked perfect. If you start the game as an existing character in a dynasty, I would need to have it flag all of the characters in that dynasty since they're your dynasty. So that's not going to work either. But I mean, at the very least, if you create a character with the ruler designer, it's always an independent character. First character of the dynasty, no one else is related to him, so I guess it would kind of need to be that way. So we've got the dynasty thing covered. Let's go back to mod notes. So ruler designer is covered. We need to do event. We need to consider again, consider special icon. The localization, I think, is fine. I don't really care if the event has a long name, because you shouldn't be hovering over it much after you get used to it being there. But this... Alright, well, let's just get started with an event. We're going to make an event. Brand new, blank event. So we're going to go into here. We're going to copy the events folder. I'm going to put it into the difficulty thing. Because I just don't know why this thing is not downloading. It's just being ridiculous. It's a darn 1 megabyte zip file. So we got the events folder. I don't really need all this stuff. I just wanted the events folder. So let's, we'll delete all of them except for, I don't know, a small one. And we'll use that one as our template. We'll call this BetterDifficulty. This is obsolete apparently. No wonder it's so small. That doesn't work very well as a template then. Okay, so I just need to pick a character, an ID. Fatwa events, event ID. These are apparently reserved for these types of events. So I need to find an event ID that's not used, and I'm sure there's some system of organization to it. I just don't know what it is. So let's see if they've used 889999. I don't see it. It just... So we're going to steal 88999, the one at the very, very end of Fatwa events. Letter event, character event. I'm pretty sure we want a character event. So we're going to go character event. 88999. That's the description that's used. That is in the localization. So for instance, if we go Control C, Control Shift F, and then we find that in all the files in CK2, especially let's just search, we'll have it search localization. It's going to find that in there. Your master, root.liege.getTitledName, somebody has come forward in private with a suggestion for you, as blah 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 issues a fatwa against blah 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 blah. So that's the localization. We'll need to localize that also, which we already have a localization file. So what do we want to call our... Oh, we'll just copy this template then. So the description will be Evetopia description 88999. And then we'll go into sort of Islam. Okay, so where's mine? No, don't. So if theirs just has the event description thing, I don't think I need to do the underscore description. So we can just say, why won't you let me open this? Alright, whatever.
This is only a test.
Alright, so we got a description for it. Picture, I don't care. We'll copy paste this one for now. Border, we'll copy paste that one for now. Just want to get the damn thing working. Hide from equals yes. So that hides who instigated the trait. I don't think that matters to us. Is triggered only equals yes. We're not doing that. Options. So these are the choices that you get. So there's multiple choices in the event. This is modifying the AI chance. We won't have to worry about AI chance because this is a non-AI event. In fact, I know that there's a modifier you can use that says AI equals no somewhere. So let's see if we can find another event that we can use to make sure we get that typing and all that stuff correct. Like, what's something the player can do that the AI cannot? Maybe this. AI equals no? I think it's just AI equals no. Alright. AI equals no. Let's see if I'm right and just see if that shows up anywhere. Yeah, see? I'm right. Trigger equals AI equals no. We'll put that into our event. We're all done with that. Alright, so the AI won't ever get the event. Do I actually have to create multiple events, or can I just say... this is I think I chose the wrong one as a template. Fatwa events is pretty complicated. Let's go with like hunting events, because those are really simple and they just give you traits and stuff. So hunting... Right, so yeah, so you get the event, you get a picture, got to be these things to have it happen. You have to have a character flag of that. This is the effect of when you are likely to get more events while you're hunting. Okay, apparently you do have to have options. Why is it... What is this name thing? Is it because it has to have... It's probably got this thing because it's got to be localized for multiple languages. Be my guess. Eve event option A 36,000. So probably using some sort very simple system where they take the event ID, which I think was 36,000, and then they just give options: event option A, event option B, event option C. And then it's not an actual event, it's just a localized text entry, so that depending on the language that you're playing the game is, each option line will say something different. Yep, so there's that. I'm exactly right. Yay! So it says, what are the odds? Quelles sont les chances? Soy ein Zufall. ¿Cuáles son las probabilidades? So, alright, yeah, that's the only reason they're doing that. Okay, I get it. Stag, run away! Un ser fue! I don't know why it's funny in different languages to me. This guy's yelling. Nix we wig! Okay, I gotta stop doing that. I'm making myself laugh too much. Alright, so if that's the case, I don't need to really need to be afraid of these multiple choices. They're not that complicated. So let's we'll copy the hunting format then. So we'll just give it 2 options for now. Well, yeah, we're gonna have some issues. You can only have 4 events, 4 options. I know that for sure. So perhaps we'll have to use 2 to start. Put 2 in, and we'll call it event option A, event option B, and we'll copy the event number. So event option B and A, not equals Craven. This trigger doesn't matter. This prevents that from popping up. Okay, so yeah, the trigger doesn't matter. Prestige doesn't matter. So now we've just got basically 2 little tiny blank events that don't do anything, and that's okay. So then we're going to go back into the localization file, which naturally I've closed. And then we're going to say, similar to what these do, we'll just copy this and we got to make sure that we have the right number of these thingers at the end. So we'll say, okay, event option A is yes, and event option B will be no. And then the first event that pops up will actually ask the character, do you want to play with modified difficulty settings? In fact, let's just do that now. Would you like to play with modified opinions based on difficulty? Something like that. Okay, so we have the event. We know the event ID, but there's nothing that specifies, like, when does this event happen, right? So at the very least, we can test it right now, though. We can test it and just fire the event manually. And then we got to work on triggers to make the actual event work. So I think my internet's totally borked right now. It's awesome. Failed network timeout. I knew it. You piece. Failing to upload. No. Alright, so no. Wrong. Alright, so we don't really care about the having the actual trait. That doesn't matter quite yet. So now we're in the game, and that event will never pop up randomly because there's no trigger. But if we just go to the console and we type event 88999, would you like to play with modified opinions based on difficulty? Yes and no. Yes, I would. Alright, so then from there, that works. So now we need to figure out how to make that event pop up manually. Or not manually, automatically. At the very beginning of the game. And also dependent upon somebody firing this, we need to have it automatically go to the next event. And this one can just be no. So event option A, let's see if we can find one of those things where it's nested. So like you choose an event and then it leads you to the next one. I think it's just like option event something, whatever. Option A. Let's see. Where's one that leads to other options directly? So you do something, and then it immediately prompts you to do something else. I know, a lot of the intrigue events. The ambition events, you know? Where you're trying to improve your ambition. Okay, so there's the name. So this is where you set. Alright, so option A, character event, ID equals days equals 10. So there we go. So there's where you have two options. And then it gives you a character event. So I think this is what we're looking for. So go back to our little event here and we'll say, okay, so if you choose option A, which says yes, you're going to get another character event, which will be this. So actually I'm going to need room for two events. Let's actually go ID equals 889998 8 8 8. Go back to the localization. Alright, so we've relocalized it for it to have that event ID. And now we want, if you choose yes, it's going to fire another event saying ID equals 88999, days equals 10, I don't know what the hell that means, tooltip equals what? What does this mean? Event tooltip 94002. Well, I don't know. Let's just see what it does when if we fire it up with that event. Because that's a working event. I don't really know what that means, so we'll just see what it means. Is it like something that pops up on the screen? Is it what? What? What do we got? Hopefully you're enjoying this. This is something I like to do. It's kind of relaxing for me. I like to just, I don't know. I like to tinker with stuff. I enjoy it a lot. I could easily see in an alternate life me being in a coding field or something. So now we need to fire event 88998. Would you like to play with opinions based on difficulty? You seek out these kindred spirits. I see. So that's what that means. So I'm guessing if we Alright, so you seek out these kindred spirits. Do I want to have a tooltip on it? I don't really need one. I don't know what these days equals 10 mean yet, but let's just have no tooltip. Doesn't matter. It's a pretty self-explanatory deal. Okay, so that's going to lead us directly into the next event. So let's close this one out. Actually, I never did close this, did I? No, I didn't. It's fortunate that it's actually working, considering I didn't close the brackets. Okay, so the trigger AI can't have it. If you choose option yes, then you get sent to option this. So we need to sort of create that now. So we'll go character event, copy the whole thing, and we'll call this one character event number 999 with event 999. Picture and border still don't matter. AI equals no is still fine. So now we're going to need to have 4 options. So let's just add those in now. We're not going to need to send them to any other events. And this will be event option A, B, C, and D. These all need to be 999. And we should be able to, at the very least, do this. We'll go back to our better difficulty .text thing. And isn't it? It's just as simple as just saying trait equals, and it just assigns the trait. Option. Prestige equals 5. Let's just find diligent. I know in here that there's some trait that gives you diligent. Modifier diligent. I don't want add trait. That's what we need. Add trait equals diligent. So we'll go add trait equals. And close that now. So add trait equals. So we'll start off by trying to set it up so that the event will flag or give the trait to the person, the player, and then we'll see if we can expand upon that to give it to the Dynasty also. So event option A does add trait equals game difficulty, very easy. Just like this. Oops. Okay. Got our closed brackets there. Got our closed brackets for this one also. Okay, so event 1 sends you to event 2. Event 2 asks you 4 choices. We have not localized these, so we need to go do that. Let's go back to our localization file and put in 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Event option B, C, and D. Get our first set of brackets. And here's where we will say... It looks like I don't need to put a space. That's a tendency of mine. I don't like... Okay. So this one should say, choose easy, very easy. Choose very easy difficulty. Plus 20 opinion from all characters. And then we'll copy this part to close it out properly. And we'll use this as our template then. You can see how much I like templates. Choose easy, choose hard, plus 10, minus 10, minus 20. Okay, so choose very easy, choose hard, choose very hard. Okay, so these are all localized. Let's give it a shot. Now the event still doesn't fire automatically, so we got to deal with that part. Maybe when my internet's working, I can actually download a file and cheat that way and get the. And then of course, oh hey, that's fun. So we did something wrong. No key for tag, no. So what happened is that somewhere in here we've messed up a localization something somehow. I messed something up. And now it's getting all confused. I closed my bracket. I closed this bracket. It must be in the localization file, but I don't see it. Are there too many of these, maybe? That looks right. I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's just try it again. Maybe I fixed it. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Yeah, this is all messed up. Everything's off. That's the description for, these buttons will still work, but they're, yeah. Okay. Perhaps event option 88998 was already used. That could be the issue. I just sort of assumed that it was free, but I could be wrong. Let's go into the actual CK2 directory. We'll open up one of these files, Control-Shift-Find. Find that in the actual CK2 installation folder for me, please, to see if it's already used. Which would just confuse the game like crazy. And be like, what you talking about, fool? Can't go and use the same event description twice? That's crazy talk. I'm guessing that's probably the problem. Could be wrong, though. In which case, I have no idea what's wrong. But it was working a minute ago. So we can't have broken it that much. Ah! Nope. Nope, nope, nope. It's nowhere. No hits. So it's not that it's already been used. Event description 88998. Oh! I think I know what it is. There's no event description. I said character event description 88999. I replaced 88999 with 88998, but now there is no event description 88998. So it's like, what are you talking about, son? That don't make sense to me. Alright, so we'll say... choose your difficulty setting below. And this needs to be 999. See, the thing is, I'm no expert at this, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm bragging or boasting or anything. I'm not. I don't think I'm very good at all this. But what I have learned is that if you're going to do stuff like this, you just got to be patient. Don't get too upset. When things break, don't get angry. It's usually something small. See, that's a proper loading tip. I think that was the problem. But you just gotta be patient. It's usually something as silly as a missing bracket, or just that, or it's something completely different, and I have no idea what's wrong with it. Damn. Okay, well, event description 88999. What could it be now then? Event option A, event option B, C, D, 88999, 88998. Okay. Usually, when things get messed up like that, it's having a bracket that's not closed. So let's see if maybe... Oh, that's... Wait. Option. Okay, so these are all closed. That's closed. That's the whole character event. It's probably this thing. Nope. Nope. No idea. Oh, I know. Maybe you have to have a tooltip. That must be it. I'm going to keep saying that over and over again. That must be it. I mean, it worked fine when I loaded it up when I had the tooltip in there. So maybe it requires a tooltip. Let's try that. Let's put a tooltip, just a random tooltip in there. Alright, so here you go. Tooltip equals. Fire away. Maybe if you refer to another event, it's required to have a tooltip, and if you don't put one in, then it just gets all foobarred. See, but that's still... there were two problems. Remember, I forgot to do the localization. Ah, damn it, still doesn't work. Let's just see what click on the no country selected. It's so messed up. World Religions player. Technology name loading city. That's sweet. Oh yeah. Sweet. This thing is so screwed up. I love it. Alright. Alright, so here's my ID. I'm trying to tell you to run the character event. Alright, let's just disable this part for a second. I'm going to put a pound symbol in front of it and say that, okay, we're not doing that. I still think that the problem's somewhere in there. It's got to be. I mean, if not that, what else? What else could it be? Tree legend. No, it's still messed up. Makes me wonder, did I somehow get too many of these things somewhere? Because it appears to be a localization problem. The game fires up just fine. Let's try this. No, that looks proper. Am I not allowed to use commas? Well, it's worth a shot. No, there's commas in the darn text. I've seen it plenty of times in the game. It's not commas. Is it one of these is like not the right little thing? Like the right little dude? Did I accidentally modify a trait in the actual game? Well, it couldn't hurt to validate, I guess. That might be why I can't seem to fix it. If I accidentally changed it in one of the wrong files. Local files, verify integrity. This will work out just great with great internet speed. Actually, it's going pretty good. Never mind. Nope, that's not the problem. What is it? When did it stop working? What if I just... Let's temporarily do this. I'm gonna just cut all that and save. And then let's fire it up again. Okay, let's try running the game without the mod. Just to verify I didn't mess up. I don't know, maybe the game cache is correct, but I don't know. I can't. No, it's definitely the mod. The mod is messing something up. Okay. And it's not in here. Let me take out the trigger. I don't need to have the trigger in there quite yet. I don't get it. This just makes sense to me. Event description 88999, and then the 4 options. Event description 88998, and then the 2 options. What is wrong with that? It looks perfect to me. We've got these difficulty descriptions. Is it that, well, we just took off the AI bit. Maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. I think actually it, nope. So the AI bit makes no difference. I think it stopped working when I did these add trait things. Maybe I'm not doing those properly. It could just be like a missing... Again, it's a missing set of brackets somewhere. That is a proper tooltip for this page. Still no. Well, in that case, let's add all that back in then. Alright, we gotta go and look at another trait, another event, and use that as a template again, because I'm getting confused. And when you get confused, it's almost time to take a break, because there's no point in working when you're confused, you just get frustrated. Okay, so they have a character event, it has an ID and a description and a picture. ID, description, picture. ID, description, picture. Border. Doesn't have to have a border. Just take the border out. Alright, so ID, description, picture. Here's the requirements for it, the triggers for it. Mean time to happen. We don't have to worry about mean time to happen. It goes option equals name equals maybe that's it. Option equals name equals I don't think you have to have a trigger, but maybe you do. Because if we took the trigger out, then it's just name space equals the event ID prestige equals 5. Close the brackets on the option. Option equals. Are there any events that have options that don't have the word trigger in them? Random list. This doesn't have trigger in it. This one does. See, like, this is a perfect little option. What's wrong with this? Option equals brackets. Are my brackets wrong? No, my brackets are fine. Option equals name equals. Well, Okay, let's go back to this localization thing. Perhaps the issue is that, EVTOPTA 88999 88999 88999 EVTOPT B88999 Vent opt D 88999. I don't know. Okay, well, this is one of those times where I'm at a block and I need to walk away for a bit, and it'll come to me when I'm doing nothing else. You know, I'll just be sitting around doing whatever, and all of a sudden it'll just hit me. I'll remember what I did wrong somehow. I'm not going to be able to solve it right now. I'm already too far into it. So these define the traits, so those were fine. Those worked perfectly. This was working. It was when I added in the option to send it to send them to this event. This is where it stopped working. Is it that there needs to be a space here? Don't tell me it's something silly like that. Oh god, it might be. It might be that simple. There wasn't a space there. Come on, let's check. Please, please, please? Pretty please? Because if there isn't a space to indicate the end of the word and the end of the ID, it could interpret the bracket as part of the ID number, in which case it would say that there is no closed bracket because the bracket's being used as the text. No! Darn it! Ah, I wanted it to work so bad! Please, just tell me the answer. Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't even enabled anyway. Well, if that wasn't enabled, then it couldn't be it. Damn it. Alright, I want to fire it up anyway. I want it to work. It just gets so frustrating. Walk away, I gotta walk away. I can't do this anymore. See, these are working just fine. Nothing. I got nothing. I don't know what it is. That closes that event. Okay. Excuse me. Well, if anybody thinks they know what the problem is, please feel free to let me know. And it's been a lot of fun up until the part where I forgot what I was doing. I couldn't figure it out. But hope you enjoy stuff like this. I'm having fun with it. They're longer videos. I know not everyone's going to watch all of them, but if you're watching these, cool. And if not, that's fine too. I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you later.